So a sex slave network uncovered right here in Tulsa, women forced into prostitution with dozens of customers forced on them every single day. Tonight, Fox 23's Sharon Phillips joins us live in the studio and has this Fox 23 exclusive story, and this is just horrifying and heartbreaking.
It is, Sharon. This is such a hard story to tell you, but it needs to be told. Now, when you think of sex trafficking, you think about it happening in other countries, certainly not in your own backyard. But as Sharon just said, it's happening right here in Tulsa. Thanks to local law enforcement, at least one victim is now free. It's January 18th, and federal agents from Houston learn that a woman is being held at this apartment complex in Tulsa.
We know it exists in our culture. We know it's happening. The hard part about infiltrating sex trafficking industries is everything goes on behind closed doors. It is so hard to get in to figure out who the victims are.
The victim, we'll call Jane Doe, says she is in this country illegally and being forced into prostitution. Mark Elam works with Oath, Oklahomans Against the Trafficking of Humans.
She thinks she's going to work as a waitress or whatever, but she gets here, they put her into forced prostitution, they threaten her, they threaten her family.
Somehow, she's able to text the address of where she was to a friend who tells federal agents. Tulsa County Sheriff's deputies, along with federal agents from Houston, stake out the apartment complex. They see dozens of men going to and from the building. After the John arrives, he hands over the cash, and in exchange, the gatekeeper gives him a colored poker chip. Now, depending on the color of that chip, that will determine what sex act the girl has to perform. Glenn Tucker lives nearby and says the men would stay around 20 minutes and then leave.
Well, I don't know, maybe it's just a big family, but it would have been a huge family for the number of guys that would come in and out here all the time.
Jane Doe got a message to the agent she would place a black high-heeled shoe in the window so they would know where she was. On January 19th, the agents raid the apartment.
Officers went inside and brought two young male Hispanics outside and questioned them.
Inside, they find Jane Doe in extreme pain. She tells the agent she has been forced to inject herself with an unknown drug, and it's making her sick. Money, cell phones, poker chips, condoms, and other items were also found inside the apartment.
She collects the tokens all night to prove what she's done and to show that she's trying to work off the debt that she owes.
Jane Doe does not speak English, but was able to communicate through an interpreter. Now, she told investigators that she was forced to service, get this, up to 22 men a day. After she was rescued, she was taken to the hospital to be treated for extreme physical and emotional issues. Now, Shara, right now, this is still an ongoing federal investigation. Agents believe even more women could be in the Tulsa area being held captive against their will and being forced into prostitution.
Oh, man, Sharon. Okay, thank you for telling that story. We appreciate it. Awful, awful. And over the course of this investigation, 4 men were arrested. Right now, we have 2 of their names. One is Antonio Velasquez Lopez, and the other is Hombre Toe, after being held for human trafficking and immigration issues.